So I know I talk about a lot of things in my videos, but today I'm going to talk about a tough one. Something I don't think most of us have any idea about. I mean, I know I was shocked when I first learned about how kids are put behind bars on a psych ward. And guess what? The parents don't even have to know or give permission for the kid to be taken away. Sometimes in handcuffs from a school and put in psychiatric facility for 72 hours. Whoa, whoa, whoa. More than 3 children out of every 1,000 children in Florida were involuntarily committed in 2007. What could possibly justify an average of 52 statewide mental health commitments of children per day? Over 3,000 different instances of children being escorted from school to a psychiatric receiving facility and then to a psych ward, separate from their parents and without parental consent, in 1 year. So a child is considered to be 4 years old up to 17 years old. So children under 4 are not considered to be involuntary committed under the Baker Act. The Florida Mental Health Act, the Baker Act, states that in 2007, some people have many involuntary exams, with 18% of people with 2 or more. Some of these reasons for people getting Baker Acted would simply astonish you. For instance, a kid stomped an administrator's foot, an 11-year-old that had a fist fight with his cousin in a playground, a straight-A student that skipped class and then was given a mental health questionnaire and then deemed potential risk to herself. Seriously? The Baker Act report for 2007 concluded that of 1,000 people in the population aged 4 and above, at least 4.44 of them had at least one involuntary exam in Florida in the calendar year 2007. 3.49 out of 1,000, ages 4 to 17. So 3 out of 1,000 kids will have at least one involuntary commitment. Parents, you have a right to be informed, and you better understand that through school intervention programs, your child may be evaluated. So if a psychologist, a school personnel, or even another kid who reports you can deem your child a behavior risk, a potential risk to themselves and others, and your child is liable to the Baker Act. The peculiar and troubling aspect of involuntary commitment is if a person does pose a threat to themselves or others, then what are you or someone else to do with them? Maxine Baker, the person who presented this Mental Health Care Act and saw to its enactment, had in mind that isolating a person who did pose a threat to themselves and others, that isolating them would be a practical thing to do. And she didn't have in mind that the scope of this act would be used to discipline children. Like many other issues in the field of mental health, such as unscientific diagnosing and labeling of children, the use of psychotropic drugs, electroconvulsive therapy, mental health screening, etc., we are currently at a point in our culture where we would be wise to know about our rights. To learn more about Florida's Baker Act, go to www.cchrflorida.org.